Hey up, it's Steve from That Old Yorkshire Geek, and I'm back again with another impromptu live stream, because there's been some news about Star Trek, and we all know how much I love Star Trek, or used to. But it's about one of the Star Treks that I'm not a big fan of. It's about Picard Season 3. There's been some posters released from San Diego Comic-Con. I forgot what I was talking about for a minute then. From San Diego Comic-Con, showing the cast, the Next Generation cast that are going to be in Season 3. And some of them look okay, some of them don't look okay. Worf gets a thumbs up from me, but we'll look at that in a moment. And also I'll do a little bit more Comic-Con update. So let's get the window open. There we go. Oh, look, I've already got there. Look, I forgot to adjust it. Never mind. Anyway, so we'll do this straight away, right? I'll go back up to the top. There we go. Comic-Con 2022 Star Trek TV panel offers new trailers and posters. This is from moviephone.com. Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Lower Decks and Star Trek Strange New Worlds bring their space travels to Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. These might start playing automatically. I'll stop them because, copyright and all that. But there's a trailer for Picard, and it's not really up to much. It just shows the posters that we've seen. It shows the characters and a bit of voiceover. It's not really up to much. Right, going into Paramount Plus's big Star Trek panel, we already knew something about Star Trek Picard's third season. 2, actually. It'll feature a reunion with several of I can't talk this morning. It's Sunday morning and I've just got up. I've been awake a while, but I've just got up. It's, what time is it? 11:34. I haven't had anything to eat. I've taken my stupid pills and medications, so I might be a bit doolally. Anyway, we'll start again. It'll feature a reunion with several of star Patrick Stewart's old Star Trek The Next Generation cast / dear friends. Yeah, that dear he didn't want him in the previous 2 seasons. That was one of the things that got him to sign on for Star Trek Picard, that none of the other Next Generation cast would be in it. And then he softened and changed his mind and got some in. But that was one of the big selling points for Patrick Stewart, that it'd be about him and not them. It gets me sad because I used to like Patrick Stewart, and he's turned into some weird monster, I don't know. And he's from round here where I live. Although you wouldn't believe it if you heard him talking. He doesn't talk like me, even though he's from here. He was born maybe 2 miles from where I live. Anyway, and that it's the final season for Picard. Yay! Thank God. Because the previous 2 were bloody awful. Filming for that 3rd season kicked off almost immediately after the 2nd wrapped, because they've got to get him in, haven't they, before, he's not getting any younger, is he? But despite that, there wasn't a lot of footage on display aside from the general sizzle reel that kicked off the panel. Fans were, however, treated to a teaser showcasing how the other Next Generation veterans, Gates McFadden, Michael Dorn, LeVar Burton, Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis, the latter 2 of course popped up in season 1, plus Picard regulars Jerry Ryan and Michelle Hurd. I've heard though that Brent Spiner's supposed to be in season 3 as well, but we don't see him. So is he going to be playing Data in some Force Ghost Data or Flashback or whatever, or another Data android? I don't know. Soong android. Right, well, Stewart appeared worryingly confused. Well, he's not getting any younger, is it? By some of the questions. To kick off, he didn't realise he was being asked one, and he couldn't recall how season 3 starts. Oh dear. Producer Alex Kurtzman, boo, was quick to intercede, commenting that it was Stewart who enforced the mandate that Picard not be a cameo-heavy Next Generation retread, and that it had to earn the cast's return. Yeah, of course it did. Of course it did. He didn't even want them in to begin with, but they talked him into it, for brand recognition and member berries. With the various characters scattered across the galaxy, the initial chunk of the new season will play like a heist film as Jean-Luc rounds them up. It's going to be awful. Stewart was clear that they didn't want to rehash old dynamics, but instead play the drama of the characters as they are now. Remember the last time, I think we were in season 1, where they did like a heist. I'm doing quotes, you can't see me, but I'm doing quotes. A heist thing, where they're to go to that planet and pretend to be somebody else. And he decided they were going to be this French villain with an eye patch and a dodgy French accent. Why would a Frenchman do a dodgy French accent? I don't know, but I hated that. This season will feature a female villain that Kurtzman likened to Khan from the classic Trek movie sequel Star Trek II in terms of head games, and admitted that the storyline gave him goosebumps, which means it could be bloody terrible. Oh, and while this was strictly a TV panel, Stewart did admit that he would be interested in returning to play the character in more Trek movies, but there are no specific plans for that just yet. Yeah, because it's not going to happen. It was the turn of Star Trek Lower Decks team next. I hate Lower Decks. I don't want to talk about this. In fact, I'm not going to. I'm going to skip past this because I absolutely loathe Lower Decks. I hated Picard, season 2. Season 1, I got through it. I can't say I hated it. Season 1 of Picard, but I didn't like it, but I can't say I hated it. And then I hated the final episode, and I hated all of season 2. No, I'm lying, I didn't hate all of season 2. I think the first episode or 2 were okay, and then it just went downhill. But Lower Decks I've loathed from the beginning. From the very first episode, I hate it. It is awful. I know it's a comedy and stuff, and that's what it's designed to be like, but I can't like it. It just does me head in. So I'm not reading about that. Sod yeah. I read about Strange New Worlds though, because I enjoy that. And there we see there's Spock, Captain Pike, and Sam Kirk, who, as we know, comes to a sticky end in Operation Annihilate in the original series. The spin-off Discovery The spin-off Discovery? You mean the Discovery spin-off Strange New Worlds? For God's sake, movie phone. Starring Anson Mount as Captain Christopher Pike, commanding the USS Enterprise in the days before Kirk has been a success for Paramount Plus. The days before Kirk, to be commas and stuff, has been a success for Paramount Plus so far. Yeah, because it's the best live-action Star Trek since Enterprise, by a long way. Mount was at the con alongside Ethan Peck, Christina Chong, Celia Rose Gooding, Paul Wesley, who plays James T. Kirk. By the way, Ethan Peck plays Spock, Christina Chong plays Laan Noonien Singh, who I expected to hate but ended up quite liking. Celia Rose Gooding plays Cadet Uhura, Neo to Uhura, and Paul Wesley plays James T. Kirk. And producers Henry Alonso Myers, Alex Kurtzman, boo, and Rod Roddenberry, double boo, because he's like doubling down on ruining his father's legacy. But before things could get going properly, Lower Decks voice duo Jack Quaid and Tony Newsom stormed the panel to reveal that Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks will have a crossover. Oh, for God's sake. I hope it's in Lower Decks, that means I won't see it. In this special crossover episode, featuring both live action and animation, God, fans can expect to see Ensign Beckett Mariner, voiced by Newsom, and Ensign Brad Boimler, Quaid, joining the Enterprise in Season 2 of Strange New Worlds. The episode will be directed by Trek veteran Jonathan Frakes. How it'll work is anyone's guess at this point. It'll be awful, but it sounds like it could be Roger Rabbit meets Star Trek. Oh, for Christ's sake. I mean, they did it in Supernatural, didn't they? Where, the Winchesters went into a Scooby-Doo cartoon, and that was amazingly brilliant, and I loved that. But in Star Trek, it's going to be awful. There's Paul Wesley as James T. Kirk, and there he is, the captain of the Farragut, which gets destroyed. There you go. And it sounds like Strange New Worlds will be pushing to do more high-concept episodes in Season 2 than just that crossover. It's not a show that's been afraid of playing with form and story, so that makes sense. We can also expect to see more of the nasty reptilian aliens, the Gorn, who were the unofficial big bad of Season 1. Wesley, who was celebrating his birthday and was sung a rousing happy birthday by the crowd, talked up the James T. Kirk we met in the finale. We only saw Kirk for a handful of scenes in that episode, I'm excited for people to see this younger version of Kirk, he said. There's more levity, and it's exciting to see that he's growing into the character we know, not an alternate reality captain like we saw in Season 1. But don't worry, if you're a fan of Anson Mount's luxurious hair, neither he nor it are going anywhere just yet, as the show has a few years to go before catching up to Kirk's era in command. Finally, Kurtzman was asked whether Deep Space Nine would get the revitalisation treatment following the Next Generation in Picard and classic Trek eras in Strange New Worlds. He told the crowd not yet. He don't even know what they're talking about, since the producers didn't want to just pull on threads of the past for novelty's sake. He talks out of his arse, doesn't he? Star Trek Lower Decks, I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah. They're all on Paramount Plus or Amazon or whatever. You know. Right, here's the posters, right. I'm going to have to make these smaller, aren't I? Where's my control? I'm going to do it right away. There we go. So you can see him properly. There we go. So there's Picard, as we know him. There's Riker, looking very, what's the word? It's grey beard. Distinguished, that's the word. He don't look distinguished. He looks like a grumpy old man. Riker looks distinguished. Marina, who I've always likened to that naughty aunt that tries to seduce you at weddings and stuff. But I'm sure she's a lovely person. But she ain't, is she? Because she said some horrible things, didn't she, during some bad weather, and she said some horrible things and blamed it on Republicans because she's an idiot. She's not even American. I suppose she's naturalised American, but she wasn't born there. And there we go, there's Worf, Michael Dorn's Worf, and he actually looks like Worf. Yay, he doesn't look like a Klingon like we see from Discovery. And they're going to explain this. How the heck? And he's got his Baldric look, still wears his Baldric, and he's got a Starfleet uniform. So how are they going to explain that? Because last time we saw him, we're in Star Trek Nemesis, wasn't it? And they were in a Starfleet uniform then. But before then, he was supposed to be a Klingon ambassador to the Federation, or the Federation ambassador to Kronos, or whatever. And there's Geordie, LeVar Burton, with his implants, his eye implants. I wish they'd find some way to get the visor back on him. You know, they could have him, maybe his eyes fritz out and he's got to wear his visor again. And there's Gates McFadden, and she's had some work done, as you can see. Obviously, they have Botox in the 25th century still. You know, what can I say? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? You know, I'm not saying anything against it. If that's what she wants to do, fair enough. But it's a bit obvious. I'd have preferred if she aged naturally. But there you go. There's Jerry Ryan. She's aging naturally, and she's gorgeous. As 7 of 9, she's the captain, isn't she? Remember, she was made the captain of the Stargazer. She's the captain of the Stargazer, isn't she? So she's captain. Is she Captain 7 of 9 or Captain Annika Hansen? I don't know. I think that's it. There we go. So that's the Star Trek news. Let's gloss over that. So there's the pictures. I'm going to have to go make the writing bigger again now, aren't I? Have we done that? Yeah, there we go. So that's that. So more Star Trek coming. Did he actually say when? I probably read it out, but I've forgotten because I'm an idiot. Where does it say it? Where does it say it? Star Trek Lower Decks, August 25th, but I'll not be watching it. And Picard's final season 3, Star Trek Strange New Worlds next year. Yeah, what we thought. But I'll not be watching Lower Decks. Because I don't like it. Because I'm miserable. Right. What else were there? I've seen that one. I think we've read about this, haven't we? This is Star Trek panel unveils crossovers and old enemies for its upcoming... Yeah, we've seen this, haven't we? We just read about this in the previous article. Let's see if there's any more information about it. Oh, look, Stuart found exploring Picard's unresolved trauma from childhood. What a load of crap. What a load of crap that was. It wasn't Picard's unresolved trauma. It was bloody Patrick Stewart's unresolved trauma that he just had to act out, didn't he? Oh. If you had a meow then, is that my cat? Is that Princess? You wanted to come in? You have to wait a minute. You wait until I start doing a live stream, don't you? Oh dear. Yeah, anyway, so there we go, we'll leave that. Right, Marvel, San Diego Comic Con 2022 announcements so far. SDCC 2022 is in full swing, taking place from, whatever. Right, Marvel's biggest announcements so far, day one. Oh, see, I've done some of these already. So, these are the Infinity Stones, which are worth 25 million. Right, day two. Right, here we go. New Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania poster revealed. I'm going to have to click on all these, are we? Or is it going to take us there? Just bear with me. I'm going to have to let the cat in because she's bashing on the door. So, I tell you what, I'll do a be right back. The cats. I don't know. I'm coming, I'm here. Right, I'm back. Can you hear me? We're going to come back on. There we go. Right, off we go. Right, new Ant-Man and the Wasp. I was feeding the cat, by the way. I don't know. She picks her times. Right, new Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania poster offers first proper look at Kang, San Diego Comic Con. Let's have a look. So where's Kang? Oh, he's there, look. There we go. There's Kang. That's Wasp. That's Ant-Man. Who the hell's that? No idea. Does it say first time Cassie, Catherine Newton, and who's Cassie? I suppose if you're into the comics, you'll know who that is. It'll probably say in here somewhere, won't it? But we're going to speed through these because I haven't got time to read all this stuff. I'll put the link in the description for this page. It still doesn't say who it is, does it? Am I missing it? Gives us first look at Kang. And Stature, Catherine Newton. Who the hell's Stature? Is that like another ant person? I presume it is. Right, so we'll go back. Right, so that's that one. Marvel teasers Jason Aaron's Avengers finale and Jonathan Hickman's next series. Marvel's next big. What's that? I know I'm using a bloody ad blocker. I don't want to see ads. That's why I use an ad blocker. Is this a comic? I think this is a comic, innit? Not the movies. So I don't care about that. So I saw this. So let's go down. Phase 4 of the MCU will end with She-Hulk. I saw the trailer for that. It looks terrible. And Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And that trailer didn't fill me with joy either, to be honest. I didn't understand what was going on. Daredevil Born Again was announced for MCU. Go on, let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is the Wakanda Forever trailer. I'll not play it. That's Namor, isn't it? The Submariner. who has become a Central American person. In the trailer, you see like a Central American, like a Mayan pyramid. And at first I thought, what's that? What's that got to do with Wakanda? But as the trailer progresses, you learn it's about Namor. Here we go. We've got a list here. Revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, Phase 5 will begin on February 17th, 2023 with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and will end on July 26th, 2024 with Thunderbolts. Who the hell's Thunderbolts? Is that something to do with General Ross? Maybe? Don't know. In between, 10 more MCU films and TV series will air. The full Phase 5 schedule, as of now, is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, February 17th, 2023. A lot of people don't like the Ant-Man films. I don't know why. I quite enjoyed them. Secret Invasion, Spring 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5th, 2023. Echo. This is on Disney Plus, by the way. Them three are films, movies. Now we're on to some series. A couple of series, Disney Plus. Echo, who we saw in Hawkeye. We saw Echo in Hawkeye, didn't we? It's not a superhero, but a Marvel hero who's deaf and dumb and has a false leg. So, ticks all those boxes, doesn't she? Oh, and she's kind of a person of colour. I don't know. She's of Central American descent, I think, something like that. I don't know. Puerto Rican or whatever, I don't know. But if you're not like a white, Western European, you're a person of colour these days, aren't you? But I went on about this yesterday, so anyway, whatever. Then Loki Season 2. As if Season 1 wasn't bad enough, we're getting subjected to a Season 2. Tom Hiddleston, what are you thinking? Or are you contractually bound? The Marvels, July 28th, 2023. That's a film, and I must admit, I quite enjoyed Miss Marvel. It gets a lot of stick from, certain sections of the Fellowship, but I enjoyed it, and I thought she played a good part, and there you go. I didn't like seeing Carol Danvers at the end, because, Captain Marvel's a terrible film. Blade, November 3rd, 2023. Now, this makes me wonder, obviously Blade is, the daywalker, vampire killer, a man who's half vampire, famously portrayed by Wesley Snipes in the 3 Blade films, and somebody else in a short-lived TV series that were quite good. But it was famously, R-rated, lots of blood and violence. Is this going to be R-rated? Maybe, because Disney Plus has recently said they're going to be showing Deadpool and Logan. They're R-rated films. They're going to be showing them uncut, apparently, on Disney Plus. So are they going to start doing R-rated superhero films that are part of the MCU? We'll see. We will see. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. But you never know. Ironheart. Now, I think this is a series, isn't it? That Blade's a film. The Marvels is a film. Blade's a film. Ironheart, I think that's a series on Disney Plus, which is about Riri Williams, and who, she's a super genius who takes up the Iron Man mantle, makes an Iron Man suit, better than Tony Stark could, but it'll be shite. And another series, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. I don't really care about that either. Yeah, it was fun in WandaVision, seeing Agatha, Agatha all along, it was that, but Wanda left her there with no memory of who she was, didn't she? So presume she gets her memories back, unless it's a prequel. But we'll see. Spring 2024. I think this is a series. Yes, it's a series, because I remember Kevin Feige saying it's an 18-episode series. Daredevil, Born Again. I'm presuming it's with Charlie Cox. Will it be R-rated like the Netflix Daredevil series was? Don't know, we'll see. Then a film, Captain America New World Order, May 3rd, 2024. Obviously, it's not Steve Rogers, Captain America. It's Wilson. What's his first name now? What's his face? Him. Falcon, you know. What's his first name? Sam Wilson. Yeah, Sam Wilson as Falcon, who is now Captain America. You've got to do better, Senator. Sod off. And then finally, Thunderbolts, July 26th, 2024, which I think is to do with General, Thunderbolt Ross, who is the dad of Incredible Hulk's first love, whose name escapes me, but were played by somebody else famous. And there's a picture. There's a picture from Hall H of the timeline for Phase 5. And they did actually do a Phase 6, didn't they? Maybe they're going to say it here. As if that wasn't enough, Marvel also detailed Phase 6 of the MCU, but there wasn't much. It just said the Fantastic Four at the end of 2024 and Avengers the Kang Dynasty on May 2nd, 2025, and Avengers Secret Wars November 7th, 2025. So we'll see. But obviously this will be the quote new Avengers, because there'll be new characters, won't there, mostly, because they've killed off all the previous ones pretty much. We might see Thor. But we'll see. And, the Hulk. So there we go. So we'll leave it there. We're another quicken. Well, not a quicken. Well, a quicken yesterday. It was an hour, wasn't it? But quicken today, because I'm going to get some breakfast now, because I'm hungry. Even though it's nearly lunchtime. It's 11:58 a.m. here in Yorkshire. But it's time to get that frying pan out and get some bacon, sausage, black pudding and tomatoes and all that stuff going. I know it's not healthy. I'll do it in the air fryer. It will be healthy. I might even have a poached egg, so they're healthy, aren't they? But we'll see. Right, so we'll leave it there. I will get rid of that. If I can find the bugger. There we go. It was just a quick update about Star Trek and the Marvel from, San Diego Comic Con. There were loads of other stuff announced. The Sandman got a trailer, but I'm not familiar with that. That's from DC Comics, in it. But that Sandman, I think it's a series. It's going to be on HBO Max, I think. That got a trailer, and there was some other stuff as well. Like I said, Wakanda Forever got a trailer. She-Hulk got a trailer, and I hated that. I mean, it looks fun, but I just hated that at every turn she had to outdo Bruce Banner. He threw a rock, she threw a rock, it went further. Everything she was doing was to outdo Bruce Banner, and it just does me head in. Why do they have to do it? Why do you have to knock your established characters down, to elevate the new ones? Don't do it. Have the old characters elevate the new characters, and have them elevate themselves by their actions, but they don't have to knock the old characters down, to do so. It just makes them look like idiots. See, I'm ranting now, and it's Sunday morning. I shouldn't be ranting. Right, so we'll leave it there. So, wherever you are in the universe, look after each other, and until next time, I'll see thee.